What's up, everyone? I'm the Kaijino Kami here with
Cruellica Kain
and
Advent Nebula.
It has been a while, but we have finally caught up on Kamen Rider Zero-One. And yeah, we have technically we haven't done one of these since episode 27, but since we don't really remember everything that happened from 28 to 35, we're just going to give brief snippets that we remember that we kind of liked or didn't like, and then we'll talk about the new episodes that we just watched, which was 35.5 through 38. So first, I guess, what do you remember from 28?
It was the second part of the rap battle.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, is that because we left off at part 1, right?
Yeah. God, I don't even remember much of that. I do remember Fua getting the upgrade, Yua finally saying goodbye to Zaya, the Fua getting his memories back, Nagi getting taken out of Fua's brain and becoming his own self-character again, and Thouser becoming everybody's bitch.
Yep, to the point where it should just be like, hey Thouser, go make us a sandwich.
Well, we also had, so looking at this again, so episode 28 was the second half of the rap battle, which I still, once again, really enjoyed the rap battle episodes because, well, one, I love rap battles, and two, I like the dynamic of it because it was a rapper versus a politician. And it almost reminds me of like Bulworth with Tommy Lee Jones, if anybody has ever heard of that movie. It's from the late 90s.
Okay.
But, so I also enjoyed it just because of the juxtaposition, because you had so much going on. You had, in that second part is when Thouser, or Guy from Zaya, he deliberately infected the rapper to
attack people.
And win the election.
And do it on public television because he utilized.
Oh,
because
yes.
you also have.
That was the election to determine
Yes.
if Human Gears should exist or not.
Yeah.
Because this was after Guy took over the company.
No, it was right before.
Yeah, this was the episode right before Guy took over.
Oh, because that was the determining...
That was the determining factor. Because the final episode, the next episode, is when he takes over. So that's episode 29.
And that's when Naruto went and created his own company.
Episode 31 is when Naruto creates his own company. So you have a couple of episodes of where they're... Because episode 30 is, if I remember correctly, is when he was... Well, 29 and 30 is when Naruto was kind of floundering, like feeling like a loss, feeling like a loser.
And he met with...
And he met all of... It was almost like the greatest hits of a bunch of the Human Gears he helped. Like, you had the comic book artist, you had the teacher, the basketball coach, you had all of those...
Well, no, the comic book artist was after he created the company. Because when the guy came
Before he created the company was when the tennis coach came back.
Yeah, tennis coach, that's the one.
Because that's the one with the kid that...
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And then 31 is when he creates Heaton Manufacturing and uses, and basically the title of the episode is basically his theme now.
Yes, okay, you're getting a little wordy. What I remember, because that's when Guy outlawed
Human
Gears, and then it gave him instant permission to just break into Naruto's offices and try to kill the Human Gears on his own property.
Oh, and episode 33 is assisting the tennis coach.
Oh, okay.
But basically, all of the episodes for after the Heaton technology was recommissioning Human Gears. Because then when we get to 33, it's the tennis coach. 34 is the agricultural, that had the father and son.
Yeah, and that was when Jin joined up with Yua.
Correct.
Because Yua quit Zaya. They had pulled Naki out of Fua's brain.
Yes, and then they were all in the hospital.
And that was probably my favorite scene when they go through the Fua's whole life story. And they're like, yeah, your life was pretty boring. Nothing exciting happened.
Yeah, nothing special. But I do like the fact that Fua... So the one thing that we didn't talk about here is Fua actually, after Naruto creates Heaton, Fuwa actually joins as their
Security officer.
security officer, which makes no sense.
And so the other things I did like was Yua getting that Anubis form for the whole 2 episodes it lasted. It was cool. I wished it would come back. And then Fuwa got his ultimate wolf form that combines all the stuff from the
All the animals.
All the other animals. Alright, so that pretty much sums up those episodes. We did not bother watching pretty much except for episode 35.5, we did not watch any of the recaps during the whole break because I was not going to waste my time with clip shows. Too many clip shows in that matter. 35.5 was kind of just like, wow.
35.5, I feel it was kind of necessary because not everyone, even in Japan I imagine, was going to participate in watching recap episodes.
Yeah, so they kind of used this one to put the plot along with what's going on with Arc.
Basically to remind everyone who has not watched the recap episodes where things are at, what was going on, and who the characters were again. It was a nice little introduction as a way of saying, here's all the villains, because truthfully 35.5 was a villains episode, not a hero episode.
Although Azu just disappeared after that episode.
So Azu, if you haven't watched 35.5, is basically the doppelganger of Izu.
And it's the Arc's version of her.
The Arc's version of Izu, who is the executive secretary for the Arc. I actually thought that was pretty nifty.
Yeah.
Because it was the same actress. It was the same actress, just a different wig.
And was using a very different vocal style.
Yeah, but you could most assuredly tell if it wasn't the same actress, it was a twin, which I know there are a lot of twins in Japan, especially in the acting community. So I wouldn't be surprised there.
No, I'd say it was the same. It was the same actress.
But I do like because even during that episode, you got hints of really where Jin's loyalty lies.
Yeah,
and it's actually kind of impressive to me because I never once, even in the early parts of the series with Metsubo Jinrai, I never actually thought of Jin as evil. I thought of Hirobi as possibly being evil, but I always thought of Jin as being just naive.
Yeah, and it really shows that Jin has loyalties that are not with them, especially now that the Arc's awake and predicted Jin was a traitor.
Yeah, but like I said, the only problem I have with the episode is Azu just disappears. She hasn't been seen in 36 through 38 at all, which is kind of disappointing because it's like, okay, was she just there for that recap, or is she an actual character? What's her story? What's going on?
I think she was
just the exposition dump.
Yeah, I think she was basically supposed to be the eyes of the audience so that nobody had to say, as you know.
Yeah.
As you know, we had developed some new technology. As you know, that technology went
Let's
bad.
not go back to
As you know,
Godzilla from
this
Netflix.
is very annoying. As you know, that Godzilla movie was crap. As you know, we're just going to get back to the story.
So I do have to say, the other thing I like is you almost have like the 4 points, like north, south, east, and west, with Nagi, Hirobi, Jin, and Ikazuchi.
And then we finally get to 36, which is the real episode.
Yeah, so 36...
where Arc gets his form, takes over Hirobi, but then you learn that he can pretty much take over any of those 4.
Yeah.
Or Fuwa.
Because Fuwa...
I don't think that was... He was just trying to hack into Fuwa's device, I think.
Oh, okay.
But, so you had basically everyone get their ass kicked. 37 comes about with... where Thouser wanted to use the Zaya specs to hack into people intentionally
to sell the Raid Risers to the general public.
Which, truthfully, I could see that being something a company would do.
I did actually like the commercial, though, when you had the one guy going crazy and the mother just pulls out a Raid Riser.
Oh, okay. When I saw the mother doing that, I thought of Repo the Genetic Opera.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was pretty funny when the mother just pulls out the bell. It was like... And the kid's just standing there all still, like...
is my mom badass or what's going on?
Then Thouser got his ass whooped on.
Oh, that was brutal.
And Aruto creating a little AI that anybody can talk to be friends with.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Alexa. Alexa.
So I have to admit, the little AI, appropriately named.
Which is a double pun because translates to love in Japanese.
I know, but so I thought was very creative because it was a great way. And you're probably going to disagree with me here, and that's fine. But I thought it was a great way of doing like a mini level of character development this late in the series. Because it gave Fua a chance to allow himself to reflect on who he was, adding to his character. It did the same thing with Yaiba, giving her a chance to acknowledge everything that has happened. And then
we'll go into that in a moment.
Yeah, we'll go into the next, because that's the next episode.
But I truthfully do think is a great tool that has been quite useful in extending the character development attributes of a series this late in the game. Very rarely, and I'm saying this with Silver Quill in my lap because...
Stand in Silver Quill.
Yeah.
Stand in Silver... Yeah, because that seems creepy.
Yeah, stand in Silver Quill and stand in Crystal Edge Blood.
But I'm saying this with stand in Silver Quill in mind because it does give that sort of an outlet. Because without creating I feel like he wouldn't have connected with the vice president or the managing director either when getting Shesta. It was almost like allowing Aruto, without using I, to have his own character development once again.
Because he's built his own company from zero, from scratch.
Yes, so it gave him a chance to understand the perspective of where the vice president was coming from, because we always considered the vice president to be manipulating, to be beguiling, to be evil, and then it gave us as a member of the audience as well, seeing that the reason, I think also because Japanese community didn't like Aruto as much, it gave him a chance to reflect, to even appease the Japanese community by saying, I now understand what you mean by I was literally dumped into this position, had no background. Now that I've created my own company, I appreciate the time, the effort, the work. So I think it was almost his way of redeeming himself to the public, i.e. the vice president, of saying, I can be more. Now I'm going to move him out of the way because that was a lot of morality for one speech. I'm going to put Chrysalis Bloodborne because then I can think of nihilism.
No. No, this was awesome. It was really good. I really like Kristana Bonovich, bitch dove, though. She was cool, especially the evil version. That was like totally awesome. The only problem is there's not enough mad scientists in this series going on. Yeah, where's all the mad scientists? I need my craziness. Yes, but that was cool. It was awesome. I like it a lot. Chris Bonovich, bitch, Bonovich is also badass. She continues to be good. And then the other girl was kind of cool too. And then Thouser, especially when he got all his clothes cut off, was kind of funny.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Alright.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Alright, yes. Thouser. And did you say other girl?
Chesta.
Oh, okay. I was scared. I was like, Nagi's a guy. Nagi's not a guy. Nagi's non-binary.
But yeah, Nagi just...
Nagi! When they got the Japanese wolf, that...
It's kind of fitting that Azuki and Nagi have two extinct animals for their forms.
But the Japanese wolf costume, I thought, was very well done, especially with the claws. And then when they do use it to slice off Olive Guy's clothing, there's two things I thought at that particular moment. One, he has a good body when it comes to wearing just boxers.
And his ego has no bounds.
And then his ego is all caught up in having Zaya boxers.
Yeah. I mean, the boxers has a Zaya logo and little
But of
Zaya
course-
all over it.
As I said, had this been a Showa series, he would have been chopped up by those claws instead of just had his clothes torn off.
But I appreciated it.
And then we have episode 38.
Which, to be fair, he sounds like a lot of people that I was seeing on Twitter complain
Yes.
without knowing the plot of this episode.
But I enjoyed it.
And so did I.
Okay, no, it's just... No, okay. The stuff with Naruto, I liked.
Even the stuff with Guy I liked.
No, okay. Guy, the moment Guy runs up the stairs and grabs the chairs, basically... He's basically his own. That was his David Tennant moment. But I don't want to go.
See,
And hold on. And for me, not only did Guy just lose all 1,000% credibility he had, but that is going to be one of the most embarrassing Kamen Rider moments of the entire franchise.
So I'll let you go first.
Yeah. And with the episode, I will agree, I enjoy the development of Ruto immensely on this.
Especially when he's like, no, I didn't want to come back to this company anyway. I've created my own.
Yeah, he's created his own. Then Jin literally trying to fight the Arc AI that has pretty much controlled him to no ends now. But Bowser kind of did lose any respect as a character. But at the same time, I enjoy the dog. I'm sorry, the robot dog is too cute.
Okay.
Dog? What dog? There was a dog? That's so awesome. I need to see this episode now, because dogs are cool, and I love dogs, and oh my god, there's a tuppy. Okay, he's suddenly my favorite character again. Oh, that's so adorable.
So, alright. The stuff with Naruto, the stuff with the managing director and the vice president,
And his funny facial expressions.
Yeah, oh god.
the stuff with, then moving on to
Metsubo
Jin,
Jinrai.
with Metsubo Jinrai and Jin. All of that, incredible. I will 100% agree with you. That was awesome. Because it was so much character development, once again, for all of these various characters.
One other thing I gotta chime in on. Izuzuchi getting memories that seemed to have suppressed in that episode
that
too.
also was good because that was to say that even though the memories were taken away, they weren't completely taken away. That there's still remnants of them.
Well, that's because Azusa, or Azu, I mean, gave them to him.
Yes.
Which is gonna bite them in the ass.
So now, the elephant in the room, or the dog on the couch.
That's a lion.
Is it one?
Yeah.
You don't even know what your own stuffed animal
That's a
is?
lion.
I thought it was a dog.
That's your lion.
It's a lion! It's just lying around.
I swear it was a dog. Okay, I do.
And that's how you know it's a Ruto!
All right. So, with the elephant in the room.
That's a lion.
Once again, moving on. I did not hate.
I'm looking for elephants.
Just stop.
Oh, there's one up there on the shelf.
Oh my god.
Okay, continue.
I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Alright. So, the stuff with Guy / Thouser, the chair,
Embarrassing.
it was embarrassing. I am not going to lie. But when it came to the aspect of seeing the scenes of his memories, of seeing what kind of dictator, and I emphasize dick, that his father was, and how that could drive a person's motivations. That, looking at that perspective as an adult, looking back as a kid, I can see how that can affect his character. And then having it all get taken away in the matter of seconds.
He had a mental breakdown.
He did. So while it was embarrassing, which was the point, I cannot hate it because he looks young, yes, but he established very early on in the series.
I get it.
He's 44 years
that's
old.
not the
man's
45.
having 45. He's having a midlife fucking crisis.
But that's not the problem. The problem is how. My problem with that whole thing is how it just feels like he feels like an entirely different character.
Well, that is not okay. That is not the fault of the actor, and he did an incredible job with that character development. That is a fault, and I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Of COVID.
Well, maybe we don't know that. It could have been written that way.
I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say it was the fault of COVID because we lost how many weeks?
Like 4 weeks of
4 or 5 weeks. I don't know.
4 to 5 weeks that could have went in to do that because before the break we did see, and this is the one thing I tried to remember, is we did see cracks in his mental breakdown, especially when Yua left him.
And then when he got his ass kicked by Hirobi,
there were so many cracks to that facade that's why I cannot hate. And I'm not taking away your frustration. I'm not taking away anyone's frustration. But I have a hard time hating it when I saw cracks in his mental stability so that when he got to the point of being jacked over, that
jacking break.
That he lost his ever-loving mind.
And if this was, like Marcus said, Showa era, he'd be dead. But he's also, with the early Heisei era, he's raised a lot of death flags. With this being the new era, we don't know where his character
I still feel like he's raised a death flag and he will not live out to the end of the series.
Oh, he will. Yeah. Because then they wouldn't be able to have him in sequels.
But at the same time, this is a very common thing.
Common thing with Kamen Rider.
Okay, Arudo.
For modern Rider series, to have a redemption arc of a villain.
Yes, but again, it's just it felt like a complete. What's the term I'm looking?
180.
No. Kind of like 180, but
360.
No.
240. 90 degrees.
That, like.
That's a 180.
No. What? Okay, what's the term I'm looking for? It's whiplash. It was like whiplash.
You just snapped your fingers. It has nothing to do. I know what you mean by whiplash.
Whiplash. It was whiplash. It just came too quick. It was just like what he was just saying how he was going to do all this stuff, and now suddenly he's all redeemed. We're supposed to just accept that he is now a good guy.
So I'm not disagreeing that it came too quick. What I'm saying is, even in those last few episodes that we've seen him in, you can see if you're looking. And I'm going to move the stuffed animals because I don't want to have to deal with them because they both argue with me here. Just like you're going to. All right. The problem is, everyone is looking at Thouser as the penultimate villain.
Well, because he's irredeemable at this point. Or supposed to be.
But the thing is, when you're looking at a character, you cannot... There is no such thing, and I hate when people do this, and you frustrate me because you do it at times too. There is no such thing as a character that's a zero-sum game. You can't be just this or that.
Yes,
Unless you're an AI character. That's the only time I've
Yes, you
seen
can.
it.
I don't think that's fair. I think any type of character, no matter who it is or what it is, has weaving into it of different types of characters.
No, just
So that it has the ability to adapt and evolve. Because all the characters, including Thouser, good, bad, or otherwise, have significantly evolved from the first time we've seen them to here.
Puppy! Puppy, puppy, puppy! It was a puppy! Puppy, puppy, puppy overrides everything. He's got a puppy. He's instantly great. Puppy, puppy, puppy. Oh, that's adorable. Puppy!
So, admittedly,
Puppy!
I can't hate this episode. Do I wish they developed it a little bit longer?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But if, and using the benefit of the doubt, if they lost 4 to 5 weeks and had no other choice but to kind of push forward, it makes sense how they did it.
Yeah, but it doesn't work as far as story progression goes.
See, everybody put him on such a high pedestal. Even I did initially. I put Thouser on such a high pedestal of being, oh my god, this is going to be the greatest villain ever because he has so many of the villain qualities we have not seen in a long time. And I still appreciate all those villain qualities, but there was no way you were going to be able to finish out a damn series having the same villain qualities unless it got super fucking old.
Hey, why don't you join Thouser in the kitchen and make some sandwiches? Alright, well, we're not going to agree on this debate at all, so we'll have to leave it here.
Bitch. You're a 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 bitch.
You know you're going to get this blocked on YouTube, right?
Then buzz me out.
No. That's too much work.
Then just beat me
Dip.
out.
Boop. Okay, buzz. Boop. 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 Puppies. Boop. Maybe that's what we'll do. Every time you say a swore, I'll have just puppies in there. Nah, that'd be too much work.
That would be funny.
Okay.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
What I'm really
fans
going
are
to
gonna wanna
be
see it.
interested to see, though, is how they're going to develop what's going on with Jin and Hirobi, with Arc constantly bouncing between the two now.
So who do you think's going to turn first of the 4 of them? Or what that's break control of
Izukuchi.
Yeah,
what,
Izukuchi and Izukuchi.
No, actually, no. Nagi. I see either Izukuchi or Nagi doing it.
Naki.
Yeah.
Nagi, yeah.
Hirobi's gone so far deep, he would let the Arc take complete control of him.
No, he will die because he's going to sacrifice himself for Jin.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's
Jin
like, who's
will-
going to be the last one left?
Jin will be the
Jin will live.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's what I'm trying to think. I think Naki will end up being the last one to get taken over and end up becoming the host for the final battle.
That would make
Oh
sense.
my god, I could see that.
Considering how Naki's personality is.
Yeah, I could. No, you're right. I could see Naki becoming the final boss, Hirobi sacrificing himself for Jin, Jin surviving.
And Izuzuchi being a noble sacrifice.
Because what I'll see happen is, Hirobi takes the Arc into his body so Jin can get away, and Jin ends up getting destroyed, thinking he can take the Arc out with him, and then the Arc takes over Naki, and that becomes the final.
See, I don't think Jin will die.
No, I didn't say Jin will die.
You did say Jin.
No, I said Hirobi will take the Arc away from Jin's body. Hirobi will die thinking he's taking the Arc with him, and the Arc will be like, ha ha ha, that's not gonna happen, and go into Naki.
Yeah.
See, I still...
And it'll be because Naki willingly lets him.
I have a feeling Izuzuchi's not going to make it through one of the next upcoming episodes, either the next one or the one after.
Yeah, I think he'll go first, and he'll go quick, because he's going to see his little brother. The other thing is, I actually kind of feel like Yaiba has completely finished out her story, and while I want a female Kamen Rider to live to the end...
That has yet to happen in a Kamen
Oh,
Rider series.
she'll live to the end. Again, they'd have to they'd have to bring her back from the dead for all the future movies.
True.
So no, they're all safe.
It's pretty much the villain riders that are pretty much out.
Yes. And obviously we have 02 coming up soon, and I'm excited to see the form for him in action. I like what I see of it so far.
I haven't seen
for the
anything.
pictures.
The pictures are supposed to come in around episode 41.
No, it looks like it's next episode.
Next episode?
Which is 40.
39.
I mean, it's either at the end of 39 or it appears in episode 40. I don't know which.
So we'll have 4 to 5 episodes of the.
I will say though, of the series as a whole, I'm still holding firm that it's one of my favorite of the Kamen Riders.
I think
it's not weak. It's definitely.
It's better. It's one of the better series that have been post to Gaim.
Yeah, and
But-
it's not having the breakdown Build had with Evolt.
Yes.
I will say, right now, because of how drawn out the competition arc was, and with Bowser's bitch session, hugging the I don't want to go, that has knocked it out from being in my top 10.
No, it's still in my top 10. It's still one of my favorites right now, even though it's incomplete. Because I still like the characters. I still like the, almost the rags to riches type storytelling.
But so we have 7 episodes left.
Yeah.
So we'll try to do another one of these videos before the finale, and then obviously one after the finale.
Yeah, so probably the finale's probably going to be a 2-parter, so we're probably should aim for 43.
42 or 43, we'll try to do
Yeah.
another one of these.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to how it's going to conclude. I am looking forward to whatever movies come after because I know because of COVID, a lot of their movies
The summer movie.
have been delayed as well.
Yep, the summer movie I guess is not going to come out till after the series is already over.
Yeah, and the summer movie's plot's supposed to take place right before episode 38, so.
So, and then alongside all of this, I'm looking forward to catching up on Kira Major.
Yep, we got to get moving on those and do a video once we catch up on those.
But I'm enjoying it. How about the two of you?
I'm still sticking with it. This one's not disappointing me. And it's not giving me the Build vibes that Build was giving me towards the end.
Like I said, it's sort of lost me a bit. I think the series would really suffered, not just because of COVID, but it really suffered being a year-long show. As Toei is proving, they can't do year-long shows anymore. They really need to cut down, maybe to even, if they can't do half-year shows, cut it down to 40 episodes.
It's 39, so it's just 3 chords instead of 4 chords.
And that will also give them time for breaks and other stuff that they can do.
Well, I think COVID has really demonstrated for a lot of pop culture mediums, actually more so for television, but I think for movies as well, that you need to have a backup plan for how you handle it. And I think with shows like it within Tokusatsu world, they pretty much film
Within
ongoing.
2, yeah, and usually episodes
Well-
film 2 weeks before air.
No, Toei does. Garo versus Road, even though he never fought the Road, was filmed before the show even premiered. And most of Ultraman Z, from my understanding, was filmed before the show even premiered.
So I think then that's a good point. Then shows like that,
Because they're shorter, they don't have to rush production.
but I think that definitely harms it at the same time because if you have to rush production and you do have extenuating circumstances, which truthfully, thinking about it, even if we didn't have COVID, we would have had 2 weeks of Olympics.
Yeah, we still had the 2 weeks of the Olympic break.
Yeah, there's. If I recall, this series was gonna be about 47 episodes.
Mhm.
So we're only losing 2 episodes, so it really comes down to how much was affected by that loss.
But even with losing 2 episodes, we're still rushing things because we lost 4 weeks where we got a bunch of recaps.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
There was a lot of momentum being lost. And so that's one of the challenges when it comes to it is all that momentum that was gained kind of
Yeah, because they
distracted.
only have, I think they're only usually 3 to 4 weeks ahead on production
Mhm.
from when the episode's going to air.
And I know that with a lot of television series, while they have a guide of what they write, there are times where they don't have all the scripts prepared.
And sometimes it's been reported that script changes are happening while they're filming.
Well, that's anything.
Alright, but I think that's where we're going to end it. So, pretty much until next time, Bye. Puppies!